Sir William Jumper was an officer of the Royal Navy. He rose to the rank of captain after service in the 9 Years' War and the War of the Spanish Succession. He is known for being one of the first to step onto land during the capture of Gibraltar in 1704. Jumper's Bastion in Gibraltar was named after him. Life. Jumper was said for many years to have been born in Bastion, County Cork. His date of birth is unknown, but he was baptised on the 8th of January 1660 as the second son of William and Elizabeth Jumper of Weybridge in Surrey. Jumper spent 10 years working for the Royal African Company off the coast of Africa as an apprentice to John Love, one of the captains. In 1688 he was appointed to master's mate on HMS Resolution by George Legge, Baron Dartmouth. The following year Jumper obtained a commission as a first lieutenant and is thought to have travelled to the Mediterranean with Vice Admiral Henry Killigrew. In 1690 he married Elizabeth Willis, and Killigrew moved him to HMS Duke, the following year he earned his commission as a lieutenant of Killigrew's Marines. The Battle of Barfleur took place on the 19th of May 1692, and Jumper was there as the captain of the fire ship HMS Hopewell as part of an Anglo-Dutch fleet, under the command of Edward Russell, 1st Earl of Orford. The Hopewell was expended in an attempt to set light to the French ships, and later volunteered with a boat part that succeeded in firing the French ships. Jumper quickly moved through the command of several fire ships, joining HMS Signet in June 1692, HMS Saudados in October 1692, and then the 44-gun HMS Adventure in July 1693, before he was given the command of the new ship HMS Weymouth in March 1694. From the 30th of October 1698 he was flag captain to Sir Cloudesley Shovel, aboard the 66-gun HMS Swiftsure. He was with Swiftsure until the 13th of July 1699, and returned on the 13th of September and commanded her until January 1700. Jumper was appointed captain of the newly commissioned third-rate ship of the line HMS Lennox in 1701. Jumper was part of Sir George Rooke's fleet at the attack on Cadiz in 1702. In 1704 he was one of the first captains to set foot on land during the successful capture of Gibraltar. He and Captain Wilkes led troops whilst Edward Whittaker tried to obtain permission for a landing. Jumper was mentioned particularly by Whittaker, and he was later honoured by having Jumper's Bastion in Gibraltar named after him. Jumper took part in the Battle of Malaga on the 13th of August 1704, sustaining injuries to his back and shoulders during the battle. Jumper was knighted in 1704. Also at this time, he owned a manor house in Yelstead, Kent. After he died, his son William Jumper, Esquire, owned the house. Jumper went out to the Mediterranean again in 1707, and narrowly avoided the fate of Sir Cloudesley Shovel and almost 2,000 of his men on the return home, when a substantial part of the fleet was shipwrecked on the Scilly Isles. Jumper arrived safely in Falmouth on the 22nd of October 1707. He petitioned for a posting at home after this, and was appointed commissioner at Chatham Dockyard. In 1714 Jumper became resident Navy commissioner at Plymouth and died on the 12th of March 1715. He was buried 3 days later at St Andrew's Church, Plymouth.